Good morning, everybody. First thing I'm going to do is show you the other card that I got the other day, and I forgot to bring it up with me, and then I laid the wrong one out. But this card is from Joyce McClintock, and that is the cutest little bear card, and then she sewed all over the place on that card. That is so cute. And the images and the little note. She lives in Missouri. So I really appreciate that card. I love everything I get. It'll go in the display. The display is growing. I'm going to have to move it again. But first thing I'm going to do is show you the little book that I'm going to be working on with you. So those that need to move on can move on. Have just a little bit. I did remember to bring my note up this morning. Hold on. I did remember to bring my note up this morning with the main Etsy shops that I shop, so I'll be giving you that at the end of the thing, and I want to talk to you about a couple of the other junk journal makers. But this is the book that I'm going to be working on with you, and I have not glued all this in because I wanted to show you what I'm going to do. I haven't sewn it or anything. So I've just cut the fabric. It was just the blank book. Just every page was like that. I've cut the fabric to size. Wait a minute, let me take this out. It was a blank book. And then I went down the middle, and I just sewed a 3-stitch down, and then up the other side, across, back down here, and then back up through the middle, and then just loop it, and that holds it. And then each page, I like fabric, so each page is going to have fabric in my book. And I'll glue that down after a while. I've got to stain my pages and all that. I may put this little piece of fabric on there to tie it all together, and then I may put a pocket on the back. It will have at least 2 pockets in this book. I may use that image. I'm not sure on the image yet. So if you have started a book for April, I hope today, if you haven't got it ready, you will start getting your book ready. Just 3 or 4 pages, that's all you need to start. And then with a 3 or 4 page book, you can have an absolutely outstanding treasure in your hands at the end of April with just a 3 or 4 page book. We're not out here to set world records or anything like that. We're out here to learn to do, and to do it in a way that we want every book I do. I want every book I make to just be something, and I've said this so many times, that the person reading it will lay it down and walk away and just go, oh my goodness, what a relaxing journey that was. So we should want our books to be extra special. Our name goes on it. That should mean a lot. Your quality of work, that speaks for your quality of work, and all that. And it's not the experience in the books. It's just taking the time. Anybody can do this. If you have never made a book before, you can make a book during the month of April, along with these videos, that will just absolutely take your breath away. I guarantee you. Just take a couple of pieces of paper like we did the other day. I'm going to use this. Fold it. And there's your book right there. Fold another one and stick it in there, and there's another page. Look here. Hang on. Now, I'm not prepared here this morning, as you can tell. So there's your other book. Then all you need is a piece of scrapbook paper to put on the outside, and you've got your cover. There's your book. You've just got to have it sized right, and you just have a perfect book. And then you get your images. Now, I've got my images all picked out. I've got a lot of it. I may not use them all. I don't know what I'm going to use. It's going to be a bunny book. This is going to be a bunny book. I'm also starting another one, and I'm going to be working that one along with you. And this is going to be a grandma book, an old homestead book. And it's going to be a really, really great book. And I also am working on the big, huge Grandma Wisdom book for Linda. So now my oven couldn't be repaired, so we had to go to Lowe's Saturday and order another oven. Or was it Friday? Saturday. It was Saturday. It was Friday. Went to Lowe's Friday and ordered another stove. So it will be here next weekend. So right now, Do you know what I did to get some of this stuff done? And I don't have it all, but I will finish it later today. I'll coffee diet later today. But I heated the burner on the top of my stove. The burners work. It was the oven I exploded. So I heated the burner on the top of the stove. I set my skillet on it and got it hot, turned the burner off, and I put a cookie sheet on top of that hot skillet, and that baked my papers. This baked. This is just some wax paper. This is some tissue paper. I did some images, and they just turned out great, just like they do in the oven. Of course, it takes a whole lot longer that way because you can't do that much. But I'm going to have some wax paper in both of these books. I'm going to have some tissue paper in both of these books, coffee dyed and aged. Both of these books are going to be aged. They're just going to be really great. So that's where I am. This is where you need to be today, if you can be. Now, I know there's several on vacation and out doing this and that, and they can't start right away. But start when you can. Make your book 2 or 3 or 4 pages inside, and then a cover on the outside. The cover can be scrap paper. Do your 3-stitch thing in the middle, or do the hole punch down the side. 1, 2, 3 hole punches. Those hole punch things at the Dollar Tree are $1.25 now. So just do that down the side and then tie ribbons in there or jute or whatever you want. So it's very simple. And then whatever you want to do with your pages, if you want to coffee dye them, if you want to cover them with fabric, if you want to cover them with colored scrap paper, you know, anything, whatever you want to do to the inside. First thing we have to do is make the book and make the cover. Cover it with fabric or whatever you're going to do. Then if you want to go ahead and complete your cover, then go ahead and do that. I don't know if I'll be here with a video on Wednesday. If I have anything, I will. But if not, I won't be back until Friday. But at least by Friday, let's have the book all totally done. Your pages covered with paper or fabric or whatever you want to cover them with, and have your cover done if you can. Okay, that's it on the books. Let's see here. I did remember to bring the note up with the Etsy shops. Now, I've bought from several Etsy shops, just something here and something there, because, you know, they've got cute little bunnies and they've got cute little herbs and all that stuff here and there. But the main ones that I have bought from, it's going to be My Porch Prints, The Old Design Shop, Vintage by Me, and then those little Sugar Cookie Girls tags that I put in the giveaways. I get those from Journals by Jeannie, and that's Jeannie Morton in our grandma group. My Porch Prints, I got numbers and alphabet letters and grungy papers. Old Design Shop, I got vintage papers with writing and things on them, botanicals and florals. And Vintage by Me, they have a lot of handwritten ephemera and bank and other notes, vintage florals, accounting ledgers, and things like that. So that's what I bought from those. And then I bought some little rabbits here and there, and you know, just some odds and ends just from others. And I didn't write those down because there were several just where I'd just get 1 or 2 things. Let's see. What did I want to tell you about? Okay, I got the porch prints out of the way. We have a journal maker in our group. We have really good journal makers in our group, but we've got a couple that I don't think they've been doing it too awful long, but they are really, really good. So you might want to check them out. And it's Sylvia Rad, and her YouTube channel is Art and Junk Journal Rad. And I'm telling you, I just love that girl. I tell her all the time she makes the most beautiful messes I've ever seen, but she makes such grungy journals, and it's kind of on the Sagita style. So, you know, she just does really good work. The other one is Sunshine and Grace, and she's made some tiny little books out of playing cards, and she literally takes the playing card and folds that in half and makes a little tiny book. And she's got the cutest things on her page, on her YouTube channel. And she's made some really cute little homemade flowers, too. And she's got a series now that she's calling 3, 5, 7, and 9. And that is, you need 3 items, you need 5 items, you need 7 items, or you need 9 items. And she just has some really cute things on her thing. Mare has made some really cute flowers, too. And I'm going to try those as soon as I get my oven back. I will wait for my oven on that. But she's made them out of coffee filters and dyed the coffee filters, grunged them up, and dyed the coffee filters with coffee. And she's grunged them up, and they are so cute. I mean, I love those. So I was getting out the coffee filters the other day, and I remembered I had some little white cupcake cups, paper cups. And so I got them out and put them with the filters, and then I realized I didn't have the oven yet. So I'm going to be trying the little cupcake cups, too, and see what that does. Because I tell you, the flowers, they can mount up if you get the little flowers and things at Hobby Lobby. Sylvia did tell me something that helped me a whole lot. And Sylvia's from Hungary, and she's only 125 miles, about that, from the border of Ukraine. And I talked to her right after this all started, and she said things are pretty safe and secure where she is right now, but goodness gracious. But she says she has like several steps that she does. And first you have one signature. This is what she does with most of her books. One signature, 31 pages if it's a monthly book, 2 or 3 envelopes inside, 2 bookmarks, and 2 or 3 tags. And she has that system, and that's what makes her turn out so many books so fast. She has a system, and she works them all kind of the same. And she just turns out the most beautiful grungy books. I mean, I just love them. If she lived in the United States, I'd have half a dozen of them. But she's in Hungary, and the shipping is pretty high, you know. But, you know, it probably wouldn't be for some, but it is for me, because we are buying appliances like they're going out of style in Round Knob Canyon. Okay, going to get off here. Haven't been too long this morning, but I've got a lot going on. I've been up since 2 o'clock. I woke up wide awake. So, 2 o'clock, so... just been doing a little bit of odds and ends. Worked on my Pinterest thing a little bit, because I love to add things to my different boards and things on there. And one that you might want to look up is Margaret Miller, and the other one is Michelle Keller. And they just really have the most grungy books. I might try to put that link somewhere after a while. I don't know. I've got a really busy day today. Okay, let's get to the quotes for today. Let's see. Sometimes you find yourself in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes in the middle of nowhere you find yourself. Boy, I love that. Sometimes you find yourself in the middle of nowhere, and sometimes in the middle of nowhere you find yourself. And then always leave a path in the garden for the fairies to walk. Jenny Miller would like that. She probably already uses it. Never leave a path in the garden for the fairies to walk. Jenny loves fairies. Let's see. What else are we going to do? Let's see. Follow your dreams wherever they take you. That's a good one. Follow your dreams wherever they take you. And let me mark those, so I know I've done them. And then I'm going to show you. I'm doing some little odds and ends in my book, too. I'm not going to be writing in it all the time. It just takes so much time to write all those. But this is what I did a little bit yesterday afternoon. He had a race on, so I did a little bit in the book. I love that. It's a smiley face or a frown. Turn that frown upside down, and you got a smile. So it says, either way, you decide. I love that. Love that. Okay, I'm going to get off of here. I have several things to do. I want to get this uploaded and get going on my day. I hope you all have a super duper grand and groovy day. Hope you get a little kindness and spread a little kindness absolutely everywhere you go. We're working on a book, and we're doing it together, and we're going to have a book that will just take your breath away. Every single one of us are going to have a book that will just take your breath away by the end of April. Stick with me here, and we're going to do this. Love and hugs.